Steel Magnolias.
I've never seen it.
What?
I've never seen it.
Whatever.
He's 12. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm a baby. When they reboot it with Chris Pratt, I'll watch it. But yeah, my favorite thing about Jojo Rabbit was like explaining it because I had to stop at my parents' house like right afterwards, and my mom asked me what movie I saw, and I had to explain it, and she looked at me just like, "Oh, we fucked up."
We had all the chances in the world.
Yeah, condoms were so cheap. We fucked up.
Or we could have just had sex the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Could have just waited, let it gestate.
Welcome to the Everyone's a Critic movie review podcast. I'm your co-host, Bob Zarrell. With me, as always, is professional film critic Sean Patrick. And then we have, I'm not used to him. I was waiting for him to say hi, and I never do that. We also have a full house this week. Michael Carlson's here, as well as Zach Kovemaker. They're both joining us at the same time.
Hello again, everybody.
What's up?
Hopefully we can make this work. We're starting like 10 minutes late because of me, so I apologize. I forgot to plug Sean in. The most important one on the show.
The legitimate person on the show.
Don't inflate his ego.
Good point. Visit us at IHateCritics.net, everyone's a critic podcast.com.
Silence!
Yes, master.
On Facebook.
Where's his stick?
Don't make me eat poop again.
We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Our handle is Critics Pod. Follow us there.
Check out his professionalism.
Tell your friends. And they're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Alexa, Stitcher.
He just keeps going.
Subscribe to the show, rate and review the show.
Goddamn
We'll
champion.
read your review on the air. And then this is the part you gotta be quiet for. Money. Patreon. Head over to IHateCritics.net/Patreon to get yourself a credit on the show. And then go to buy our podcast merch at IHateCritics.net as well.
And vote on it.
Yeah, we have 2 polls up there. Currently, Batman vs. Jesus is barely beating Willem Dafoe's confusingly large penis. Just barely, which shocks me. That's not even our quote. That's Lars von Trier's quote. And then Cameron Diaz's shoulder is destroying all of them. Really?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's the picture Sean posted or what, but it's beating.
That's the picture that Josh based his whole thing on.
No, I agree. It's a good picture and it'd make a good shirt. I don't know that I'd wear it in public, but
Feels like you have to explain it to everybody, including your children's teachers.
right. But it's also, hey, listen to my podcast. Because I'm the only one buying it anyway. That's how it tends to work. No trailers this week, but we got a little bit of news, and then we'll jump right into the episode. First of all, Nicolas Cage is going to play Nicolas Cage in a new movie.
Yeah, isn't that great? Nicolas Cage has become self-aware.
Oh, no.
He knows, everybody. Nicolas Cage knows what we all think about him, and now he's going to bring it to the big screen.
Didn't he have a lot of financial problems and tax situations? When is he in the black again? Like, how many movies does he have to make? I just want people to live a healthy life. When is he going to be a head above water again?
Well, that's a weird thing, is that's actually a plot in this movie. Is that his character has both financial problems and tax issues.
Okay.
Character of Nicolas Cage.
I just hope they cover, like, about a month ago, he got a divorce and celebrated by getting blackout drunk doing karaoke in Vegas. I want to see that, but just, like, super dramatic. Like, I want, like a music video budget for that scene.
Yeah.
I wonder if this will be the movie that Ari Aster directs for it.
Oh, fuck, wouldn't that be great?
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes too much is a thing.
No, this definitely needs to be directed by the Mandy director.
Right. The guy who became a director because his dad did Tombstone and he got all the money from that to make movies. That's literally what happened. And then Disney Plus is a thing. I found out about it like midweek, not even realizing it was a thing. I knew it existed, but I didn't realize it had gone live. And everybody's posting this Iron Man looking guy that says the Mandalorian or whatever. I didn't know what it was. Maybe Josh had mentioned it.
It's just a show, man.
Yeah, Josh might have mentioned it.
But I honestly thought it was somehow Marvel related, and everybody's talking about Star Wars.
And Bob's eyes immediately roll to the back of his head anytime that comes up. So.
I was already rolling with the Marvel part, but is it any good?
Oh, it's excellent. Absolutely, just it's wonderful.
It's just another show, Bob. Don't worry
What
about
if
it.
you like Last Jedi? Is it good if you like that?
It's good. It's basically it's OG Star Wars, but it's like a dark western. It takes place like 5 years after Return of the Jedi, and it's a new character doing new shit, and it's excellent.
There's lots of dead, lots of killing.
Yeah, like
So
in the
it's
first
pretty edgy.
first like 2 minutes, a guy gets cut in half by a door, and then later on, some Jawas get disintegrated. It's the
What's
shit.
a Jawa?
It's those little
God,
like
dude.
you're really upsetting me. It's those little like wizard looking dudes in the original ones that had they had the cloak and the little glowing eyes.
Utini.
Yeah,
Utini.
There's like Pertini and
Utini.
yeah, did weird shit.
Still lost. I've seen him and I'm still lost.
Man, they're important. those creatures. That's why R2 found Luke. Yes, they are. They're the heroes of Star Wars. They are the new
real
hope.
heroes.
I've only seen it once.
Titular heroes. They're the new hope.
They have an animated series about them somewhere, I'm thinking.
Possibly.
But are we going to talk more about Disney
I
Plus?
mean, you watched not just The Mandalorian, obviously.
Yeah. So I watched Lady.
I actually pushed Zach to watch the ridiculous original movies that Disney made for this.
Yeah. Oh
launch.
yeah. Yeah. It was. It wasn't okay. I kind of want to shit on them, but I also kind of feel bad shitting on them. They're both like. Okay, we'll start with Lady and the Tramp. It's the same movie. It doesn't do anything new. I'm not a fan of Lady and the Tramp. Like,
So a typical Disney remake.
yeah, exactly. Except for it's like it really. They took out the racism. They took out the racist cats. So we yay.
So they took out all the nostalgia.
This is
Yeah, pretty much.
the We Are Siamese, if you please.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like that scene and the scene from Aristocats. I always got mixed up in my head, so it's the same kind of just shitty stereotype. But that's gone. They got rid of that, so that's a plus. The cast wasn't too great, to be honest with you. If I can get it loaded. Tessa Thompson, she played Lady. Justin Theroux was Tramp. They were all right. They were fine. The weird blending of like real dog and CG dog was kind of jarring at times. Mostly with Lady, I think that dog must have been a really bad actor because I don't think they used much of like the real dog.
I interviewed Yvette Nicole Brown, who plays the owner of Lady initially, and she said that the dog was great.
Really? Also, like they snuck her in, and they snuck in
Ken Jeong.
Yeah, Ken Jeong. So it's like we get some more community actors and some more things. So that was nice, but it was kind of just
exactly true to 1901.
yeah.
Well, if you want to get rid of the racism, it can't be true to 1901.
Exactly. But yeah, like it was okay. It wasn't great. My girlfriend didn't pay attention. I had my Switch in my hand the whole time, so I tried to pay attention, but like Pokemon came out Friday, so I see it. Shon's over there judging.
Yes. Very much.
But yeah.
Michael's like, "What's a Pokemon?"
Yeah.
This is the new game or new movie?
It's Pokemon Sword. It takes place in like France. It's the shit.
This is a film?
No, it's a game.
All right.
Like Monopoly?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
This
Well, there's
that makes you wander into traffic.
pretty much.
Well, there's that Pokemon game. People talked about that all the time online. How that was the last time there was joy in America is when that game was
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
And
that-
everybody was out wandering around playing the Pokemon game, and you're like,
And then we elected Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone was looking at their phones.
Their phones died, and they looked around. They're like,
oh,
"Time to be racist." Noelle. This
is a new Christmas movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Original.
Yep, it's a high budget Hallmark movie starring like actors that shouldn't be in this movie, and that's the only reason why this movie's really like bearable is because like Anna Kendrick, it's Anna Kendrick. She just like oozes charm. I found that sounds gross, but she's great.
Oozes.
Yeah, she's
like a wound,
dripping with class.
You're charming. Look, you need a Band-Aid.
Exactly. Like she's great. She plays she's Santa Claus's daughter, but Santa also had a son, so they don't really give a shit about the
Vince
daughter.
Vaughn. Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh yeah. No, it's Bill Hader this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Same mother?
No.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah.
Disney went to a broken family. Nice.
But it's oh, you mean
They killed the mother though, right?
No, she's hanging out. So they pretty much just cast off Anna Kendrick as like, no, you're not Santa Claus. Santa Claus is only boys. Go away. Go make cards. And then Bill Hader decides, screw this. I want to be Santa. Takes off and he's like smoking weed, doing yoga and shit. It's exactly, you know what's going to happen when you start it up. It's something to watch if you have kids. I don't have kids, so I'm not going to watch it again.
Even with the weed smoking?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, it's not there. It's still rated G, so it's not technically there. Okay. But you know, Bill Hader's character, when you watch it, he's rated G for grass. Like you can tell. But yeah, if you have kids, watch it. I guess. But if you're not, just watch something different. Like literally anything else on Disney Plus. You can watch DuckTales on there. Like. There's better stuff.
How deep is that Disney Plus bench?
Oh, it's incredible. Like there's probably a couple hundred movies, like literally just about any Disney movie. There are a lot of things in there that there's listed, but you can't watch them because of like streaming rights. But it's weird. It's kind of like they're advertising something that's coming out in like 2 years.
Huh.
But
I'm sure everything's owned by somebody else. Then once the contract's up, it'll jump over to Disney.
Most of that stuff is on Netflix, like Jungle Book, Jungle Book Solo, and stuff like that. So you can see where the lines are, but they just don't flat out tell you. They're just like, "Hey, you can't watch this until December 26, 2020," and it's just weird that it's even on there.
Transparency that I appreciate.
Yeah.
So this is why Netflix is sending Sean everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They get Sean,
Netflix,
and then
Netflix.
they get Sean, and they get Nickelodeon. So they're on a kind of a upswing.
They've got the X-Men, the early 90s X-Men.
Yes, they do.
5 years before you were born, they had this animated series called X-Men.
Oh, tell me more.
I went like after I was kind of lost in the wilderness after Ghostbusters, the animated series, what didn't exist anymore, and X-Men it filled my void. I was a big fan of the X-Men animated series.
Did Disney Plus get The Simpsons?
Yeah.
And did they re-edit stuff out of it, or was that
Is it
just
aspect ratio?
I think that's what you're thinking. They did change the aspect ratio, which has taken some of the visual gags out a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it's the season 3 opener with Michael Jackson. I think they took
that's
that
gone,
out. Yeah.
And I think the September 11th, well, not September 11th episode, but like the one where they predicted September 11th.
Oh, I didn't know about that one. I mean, I knew about the episode, but I didn't know they
the
took
writers
it off.
of that show are time travelers.
Oh yeah,
It's just like literally, it's a magazine cover where it's like there's
Two towers,
the $9 trip to New York on the bus, and the 2 towers in the background, so it looks like 9/11, and it happened before September 11th.
Jesus,
time travelers.
Impressive.
But yeah, they have everything. It's pretty fun. Like I've had a good time this week watching that. That's pretty much been
Full-time job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I get off work, I go straight there. Like it's great. There's like he said, they have the X-Men the animated series, which I know about. They replayed.
Which I know about it.
They replayed that constantly. It's my favorite. Don't fuck with me. I know this.
I didn't even know the theme was that memorable.
Oh my god, dude!
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Yeah, listen to that theme, and then it's like that theme, and then the Marvel's Spider-Man theme. Like those two are just burned.
I
in
know
my
the
brain.
Marvel Spider-Man theme because Joe Perry from Aerosmith wrote that.
Yeah.
what's great about this is it gives Bob the chance to be as pretentious as me.
Kids.
Yay!
After Ford versus Ferrari, I'm not going to support Disney.
Okay.
You might kill me. Spoiler alert. Ford versus Ferrari. What do we want to? Are we done with Disney?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Is this the number one movie?
Number one movie of the week.
A little surprised. A little surprised. I thought that maybe people would go see Charlie's Angels again, but no. Ford versus Ferrari is to me incredible. I thought this movie was amazing. James Mangold directing, Matt Damon, Christian Bale in the roles of Carroll Shelby and his driver Ken Miles, and they're going to go to Le Mans on behalf of Ford and try and beat Ferrari. But that's not necessarily the story. It's not necessarily Ford versus Ferrari, really. It's really Shelby and Miles versus everybody. That's the real story here, and I love that. Because going into this, we talked about this a little bit, that I was a little concerned that they're going to try and play Ford as the underdog, and they don't. Ford is the villains. Ford are clearly villains in this. They're constantly getting in the way.
Lee Iacocca's okay.
Yeah.
The guy from Walking Dead?
Yes.
John Bernthal. I just really liked this movie a lot. Everything about it, I thought it had a great pace. I thought Damon and Bale were excellent together, especially this is maybe one of Christian Bale's best performances ever. He's just so on top of his game in this movie. Then there's the production design, which was amazing. Like, the costumes in this movie are incredible. The cinematography is great. The landscapes that he captures throughout the racing scenes and the non-racing scenes, it's brilliant. Then the script is even really great. Jez Butterfield with the script on this one. I'm just been so effusive about this. The racing scenes are exciting. It's a true story, yet I didn't really have any kind of predictability to it. I wasn't sitting there going, I know exactly what's going to happen. I just really had a great time with this movie. Like I said, it looks fantastic. I thought it really felt like an epic movie, like the first real epic we've seen this year, because it's got a lot of scope to it and these wonderful characters. It's very funny on top of that. It's got a really strong sense of humor. And I think this is like the first movie I've seen this year that, I mean, I know Midsummer is like well beyond. This is the first one I've seen like it's a mainstream blockbuster that also belongs in that Academy Award campaign conversation.
Yeah, it's weird that it is a blockbuster because it's a period piece about old race cars and but I took my almost 8-year-old to it and he kind of followed along. It was entertaining enough for him. It is a little long. The pacing's fine for being long, but you probably could have cut out 20 minutes without losing anything, but it doesn't hurt it that it's there either, unless you're trying to get back for a podcast. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Surprisingly, I wasn't expecting that.
A lot of the action shots, you're just like, how did they even shoot this? You're like trying to put it together. And you're like, It's all digital. I don't know how they did it. You're just amazed how they got these shots for all the racing scenes and everything. And just, it's so much fun watching Christian Bale.
If it is digital, without making it look shitty.
Yeah. And then Christian Bale, he just like seems like this is the most fun he's ever had being an actor. Just being a smartass the whole movie.
Oh, he was excellent. He was great. Like pretty much every time he talked, he said something that made me giggle. Like it was his physicality, just like everything. It looked like he was in it. He was just like a crotchety man who was just like, fucking let's race.
He's fully bodied in this performance. Like he melts into this character and he seems to love playing Ken Miles and especially really sticking it to the Ford guys. he really liked to turn that knife a little bit when he was doing it. And Josh Lucas is kind of perfect for that. I mean, I thought Josh Lucas was a little over the top at times in terms of playing this composite Ford-based villain, but I didn't mind it so much because Christian Bale was so good at it. And he was just, I just really liked watching him get it stuck to him.
Shelby second, he had a mustache. He was the guy that was bona fide, and it felt like his mustache should go onto the other guy's face so he could twist it from time to time. But that was the only bad part about it. Is like the bad guy was a little too over the top. That'd be my only negative.
Yeah, although I mean I could totally see someone in a boardroom acting like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what my favorite scene is. It's either the fight scene between Bale and Damon, because he got born in Batman, and they're literally hitting each other with Wonder Bread.
They beat each other up with ice cream and
Right.
yeah.
There's a can of vegetables that they don't use
You could tell they wanted
because
to.
they're such good friends that they reach for the bread instead.
He's my bro.
Or the scene when Matt Damon's character Shelby has to go in there, and they're about to. He's like, "Give me one reason why I shouldn't fire you and the whole crew." And that scene was great. Probably the funniest part of the movie, at least. But it was just. I had the D-box seats and it was probably the best D-box experience I've ever had because the racing was amazing. It really captured that better than any of the Marvel movies are captured. I don't know whose fault or who does all that, but
Hashtag Bob hates Marvel.
And Star Wars.
yes. But it was still really. I don't know. It just whenever there was racing, those seats took off, and it was pretty neat. And normally, I would say they're a waste of money, but when it's sold out and that's all that's left.
I think, I don't know. Some people might have seen this scene as a little cheesy, but the scene where he's talking to his son about the perfect lap, I was enraptured by that. That was amazing to watch, and Bale is so magnetic in that scene, but it's also incredibly set. The cinematography, the way he shoots it, that beautiful background as he's talking, the perfect lighting, and the costumes as well. It was just a perfect scene for me.
Well, in the relationship, obviously a father-son relationship, but they really spend time with the son. He's a main character in this movie, and that matters for obvious reasons later on. And in the wife too, they spend time with that. And when I say you could cut 20 minutes, that's not part of the 20 minutes I'd cut. It'd be they're repeatedly redoing this GT400 to make it perfect, and I guess you could cut one of those.
In Rocky IV, they made it into a montage.
Right.
So.
Ooh, that would have been great.
Rocky IV wasn't nominated for an Oscar.
It got snubbed.
This was definitely more Rocky I than Rocky IV.
Okay.
But I could see the Rocky IV version of this.
Oh my
It'd
god.
be fun.
Is it Driven? Is that the one with Sylvester Stallone in it?
That was not on my top 5 car movies. Any thought? I mean, this will hang around, especially the fact that it was successful. Will probably mean it's going to hang around Oscar season.
Hopefully. It deserves it. It deserves it. Damon, Damon's the kind of part of this that kind of gets lost in it. But what Damon is doing in giving Bale so much support and allowing him to have this moment to be the guy who stands out in front of everybody, it's a really complicated performance. And I love the way he sort of steps back and sort of sets the stage for Bale to come in and just knock everything down. It's really. Yeah, that's an underestimated performance that belongs in the Best Supporting Actor race. Bale belongs in Best Actor, Mangold for Best Director, Butterworth for the script, and the cinematography and costumes as well.
Which one do they win, though? Or are they just?
I think cinematography, at least.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faden Papa Michael, I believe it is. Midsummer's not going to get nominated for Best Picture. We know that. So, if I got to get behind a mainstream movie, this is the one for me.
Well, it feels like you've got your friend who's in college. You'd recommend Midsummer, but if you like your dad, you're going to recommend this movie. Do you know what I'm saying?
Unless you want to fuck with your dad.
Oh God,
Dad, there's this movie called Jojo Rabbit.
I think my dad would like that.
It's got Hitler in it, Dad. You'll love it. It's just like the History Channel.
He plays an imaginary friend. It's great.
it's okay. He's playful. He's not the spooky Hitler.
Buddy Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Jojo Rabbit. We were going to talk about it last week, but there's miscommunication between me and Sean. But Jojo Rabbit, we finally have all seen it. Thoughts?
Yes, Jojo Rabbit is the story of a young boy in Nazi Germany near the end of World War II. His mother is secretly sort of an agitator for those against the Nazis in Germany. But her son, she's to keep him safe, she's really got him deeply invested in the whole Hitler Youth thing, and to the point where he is invested so much in Hitler that he's made Hitler his imaginary friend. and it's played by the director Taika Waititi, who is absolutely incredible. Just this is the greatest Hitler I've ever seen. You can take your downfall Hitler. This is even better. It's really, really funny and really, really subversive and strange and just irreverent in a way that is just beautiful. This movie is completely hilarious from the first moment, and then it effortlessly makes this turn that just blew me away. And it's like I compare it to a great magic trick where they get you watching the left hand, you don't see what's coming with the right hand, and the right hand smacks you in the face. It's so brilliant. I laughed as hard as I've laughed at any movie this year, and then I cried legitimately because it was just that deeply moving. This movie is incredible, and it's right there with Midsummer, like right below Midsummer is the best thing I've seen this year.
I didn't cry, but it was largely because when I got hit with the right hand, I made sure I had my kids with me. And I was like, you guys get hit too? Yeah, because that scene came out of, I don't know why you didn't see it coming, because I do foreshadow it, but at the same time, it's it came out of nowhere, and I just like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's the way it's presented, because you can, like, with foreshadowing, you kind of can, there's hints, but then it's just like, bam!
It's more subtle. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tremendous piece of direction and a great way to present this as well in a way that you just did not expect or just you don't see coming.
It's like the anti-Tarantino twist.
Right. Yeah, no, and my kids followed it. I mean, I don't think it's inappropriate by any means.
No.
It feels like a 7, 8, and 9-year-old. Like if you're going to introduce them to fascism.
Yeah.
I mean, just like as far as like how horrible people can be, like
Right.
people they got to know about it.
Right, my daughter kind of knew a little bit. My son knew of World War II, but he didn't know much about it. So it was a lot of explaining and kind of explaining what Jews are and how what they're saying isn't right, and that's you get there on your own anyway watching the movie. But we were then watching the trailer. He went to Ford versus Ferrari for me, and they did Uncut Gems trailer, and in the trailer, one of the characters calls Adam Sandler's character a dirty Jew, and he looks at me like he shouldn't say that.
But I mean, like him going through that book he was working on, like that's something
that was awesome.
Yeah,
the just interactions with him and I can't remember the girl's name. It's been a couple of weeks, but the girl hiding in the attic or whatever that is.
it's in the trailer.
Yeah.
You're not spoiling anything.
Yeah.
No, but I just thought I loved whenever they got together, and it was kind of, especially towards the end, you were kind of able to relax a little bit. But it was just I loved their connection. I loved their chemistry. I just thought that those scenes are some of the best to watch.
I think part of what makes this work so well is that Scarlett Johansson is rarely this colorful, and she's really alive in this performance and all.
Almost like unhinged.
Yeah,
like she's
she's
out
really-
there. It's fun. It's fun to watch.
It's exciting, yeah. She's bouncing around and being playful throughout, and it really sets up where we're headed in a very interesting way.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just kind of piggybacking off, but both what both you guys said. The whole chemistry between the boy and the girl, like I loved it because it was just kind of like a friendship that started off with them kind of trying to kill each other almost. Like they're like pretty much like at knife's end, and just watching them like kind of build around that and kind of like it doesn't really go away for a while, but it's kind of just like. It's fun to watch their friendship and kind of the whole like book, which there were parts of the book where I was like, do I laugh? Like, is it okay to laugh at
how
this?
horrible it was. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're like pretty much Rebel Wilson's entire character, everything she said and did. I was like, can I laugh? Is it okay? Like, is Twitter watching? Like, I was scared, but oh my man, it's such a fun time. Like a movie, it's really hard to recommend. Because people just look at you like you're an insane person when you explain it. And I'm just like, oh, no. He made What We Do in the Shadows. And they're like, what? And I'm like, fucking just don't.
But
don't worry about
vampires, it was a show on FX.
Yeah, yeah, like, come on.
You might want to start with Thor
Yeah, I was
Ragnarok.
gonna
I do, but then, like, a lot of people, they think that's
He made,
like, that's
he made
like their-
pamphlets. His uncle was good. His father-in-law was going to come or whatever.
anytime I bring up Ragnarok, they're like, "Oh, fuck that one. It's too goofy." And I'm like, "That's why I liked it." Like,
It's Goofy World War II.
I'm taking applications from more people to talk to.
It is hard. It is a hard movie to explain, like, or what it's about, and without seeing the trailer. So I can totally get that.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson is basically hiding a young Jewish girl in her attic, and her son, of course, is deeply committed to Hitler Youth because she's, trying to keep him safe. And when he discovers that she's up there, they begin this sort of relationship where, she says that, well, if you tell people I'm up here, I'll tell them that your mom put me here, and that we're all going to die. And that's the kind of the bleak, dark level that this starts at, and it finds the funny over and over.
No, it doesn't. The start is just like Hard Day's Night. It's like because it's so amazing. It's like this rush. Like he is fanboying out for Hitler. Like he's in love with him more than anybody was ever in love with the Beatles ever. Like it is.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be totally amazing, and it was. It was good.
Yeah, they do a great job of starting out. Yeah, they totally, by the end he's yelling, "Fuck off, Hitler!" Right? And yeah, that was really.
Just like the subtle arc with like Hitler himself, like the stuff he was saying and doing in the background. By the end, it was
With
perfect.
the costumes and just makeup and everything.
Yeah. Like that last scene with him when he first showed up, I almost fell out of my seat. I was laughing my ass off.
Give me like one Heil. Sorry.
That's almost like Step Brothers level early on when he's like, Heil, no Heil.
Sam Rockwell I thought he was awesome in this
Yeah.
movie. I mean, in some way, I guess that's what keeps it from being Midsummer for me is it's almost too perfect. He does things that he probably wouldn't do, but I bought it and it worked for the movie.
He's certainly the most take-a kind of character for these movies.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell plays a drunk German officer who's so kind of screwed up that he's
One
teaching
eye.
the Hitler Youth. Yeah.
And him and his second, you could tell that there's more going on,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is nice to see.
Yeah. Like,
And then I thought the concept art for his outfit, I thought it was a dream sequence.
But that scene when they go to check the house, that was intense.
It was chilling.
Yeah.
And even knowing I kind of figured what he would do, I wasn't too worried for him, but you still felt that intensity the whole time. It was a hell of a movie. Definitely one of the best of the year.
Undoubtedly. Like I said, for me, it's right there next to Midsummer. It's right below it.
Yeah, it's probably below it for me. I think maybe a little more distant, but still, maybe I hold Midsummer too high. I don't know.
I don't think that's possible.
It feels like it's kind of, it feels like my dad would definitely enjoy it. It's right in the Hogan's Heroes
Right.
wheelhouse. We're just going to be making fun of Nazis this whole movie. Buckle up.
And then when they get to that, where the right hand slaps you in the face, you need that in a movie like this.
you need me pulled back down to get reminded that you're in World War II. Like, these Nazis aren't as playful as you think. Like, you kind of need that a little bit, or else it's just goofy as hell.
The hardest part for my kids to watch was the goofy little fat kid who kept making mistakes.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was
They're
he almost
really worried about him.
he didn't want to go to the movie, my son, because he doesn't like people getting shot and hurt and whatever. And right off the bat, they show a scene in the trailer where the knife bounces off the tree and lands in this other kid's leg, and that really bothered him. And then they show the scene where he blows up a building, and that bothered him too. Who died?
Wow.
But because they don't show much of World War II other than the very end. But I don't know. It was a hell of a movie. Go see it if you haven't. Don't wait for Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever.
This is a total Disney.
Oh yeah.
Charlie's Angels.
All right, Charlie's Angels. This is, it's a reboot. It's also a movie that is in canon with all the other Charlie's Angels stuff. Interestingly enough, they actually reconfigured the whole thing to make it so that the TV series and the 2000 movie and this are all in the same universe. We've got two new angels, and then one who's going to be a trainee and join them. And Kristen Stewart is really the standout here, and she doesn't try to be. She really melts into this ensemble, and but she's just the most colorful of everybody. Like, she's lively and funny and sexy, and yeah, the thing of it is I had this movie ruined for me by a lot of people because I was talking to my friends at the theater, and they're like, "This is the worst movie of the year," and like they're telling me like people who really don't hate movies, like they find something nice in it to say about every movie, are saying that they hated it. Some people are telling me they walked out, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited for this now. I want to see that.
This is going to be better than anything Nicolas Cage could ever make ever.
I do get excited about bad movies. You know, I really want to get that experience of a truly bad movie, and it seems like we're getting fewer and fewer, like the really truly bad. We're getting more mediocre movies, and truly like that epically terrible film is missing these days. So I was like, maybe this is it. Maybe this will be that epic terrible movie that I've been waiting for, and no, it's just another, kind of a shoulder shrug. It's not terrible. It's not bad. It's not good.
It's a movie.
It happened. It's there.
It's the movie where like Elizabeth Banks goes into the studio. Here, I have this idea, and they go, "I don't want to do that. We got Charlie's Angels. You want to do that?" She's like, "Okay, if that makes money, then you can maybe do that, but probably."
Was
not.
this part of her? Doesn't she have her own production company and everything? Is this part of under her umbrella?
Probably, but I mean, usually when that happens, you're still under a bigger umbrella as well.
Well, it's good that she's out there calling the shots and everything, but if
Not anymore.
okay.
That's what we're with now. This movie's in the toilet. I made no money.
I think we made more money than this weekend.
Didn't do well, which is sad. People are going to blame Kristen Stewart.
Which is stupid, too. But I don't know. I mean, she's done nothing but indie movies since, like, Twilight, really, so...
Isn't she doing a big underwater movie, too?
Yeah.
What's it called? Sunken or something? What's it called?
Underwater.
The Abyss remake.
Avatar
Even
2.
Abysser.
But she's also going to be, she's starring as Gene Seberg as well, the actress and agitator of the 1960s who happens to be from Iowa.
Or in Illinois.
I'm from Iowa.
We had a bunch of people from Canada come down to my day job. We had all of our dealers came across North America, and the company in Canada was putting on their Facebook page they were in Bettendorf, Ohio. So yeah, Charlie's Angels is too competent to be bad, but
Pretty much, yeah.
But not good enough to...
Not good enough for me to remember it already dissipating. It certainly, I can see where Elizabeth Banks was trying something, but definitely got watered down in the process.
She could always make an indie movie now.
My choice was either this or Ford v Ferrari. I can't even talk today. What the hell? I'm glad I picked the right one. I'm glad I didn't watch this. I'm glad my girlfriend said she didn't want to see this. That was the deciding factor.
Most people's girlfriends said that, apparently, based off the box office.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get my kids and my wife. Nobody wanted to go see it. I think I wanted to see it more than they did, just because I like Elizabeth Banks. But maybe next week. The Good Liar.
Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren star in a movie about, we got another Nazi connection in this one. I won't say who's the Nazi. You'll have to find it out for yourself. But this is directed by Bill Condon, who's the director of Dreamgirls and Gods and Monsters. So he's a really solid director, making a movie that is just an absolute snooze fest. Again, competently directed and too good to be terrible, but like really just highly predictable and forgettable. The story goes that Helen Mirren and Ian McKellen meet on a dating site for elderly people, and he's a scam artist who's been taking people for money, and he sees that she's got multiple millions of dollars that she's been holding on to for a long time, and so he's going to figure out a way to take it, but maybe she's a little bit smarter than him. You'll have to see for yourself. Again, very predictable what happens, and that's really unfortunate. It doesn't. There's no energy here. That just a series of scenes happens and then it's over with, and you're not really easily invested in this. But again, it's not terrible. It's just another sigh, a deep sigh of a movie.
Is she the good liar?
They're both liars. Neither one's very good at it because we predict the whole movie.
Is this one of those old people in a hotel eating food movies that Josh likes?
It could have been. That
gentle and pleasant type.
It might have been a better movie than this. No, there's a couple. There's some death and some violence in this.
Ooh.
Ian McKellen doesn't play around.
Does Helen Mirren have an assault rifle in this?
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
Damn.
Anything else on the good liar?
Who was your favorite of the good liars? Which one, if you could do
Who lied the best?
Yeah, a top 2 list. Who's your number 1?
I guess Helen Mirren gave us the better, more interesting performance.
Okay. So Magneto's just dog shit?
I mean, he's just kind of one note.
Okay.
Really. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event for the linear, legitimate, and universally recognized, undisputed classic.
310 to Yuma. Far too much like Ford versus Ferrari in hindsight.
Directed by James Mangold and starring Christian Bale, interestingly enough. This is a Western. Came out not all that long ago, actually, and remake of a 1950s Western of the same title. Really, really great Western. Like, really exceptionally well made. Christian Bale's going to take Russell Crowe's very dangerous character to jail, and of course he's being trailed by the Russell Crowe's gang who's going to try and get him back. And this is so smart. It's exceptionally well directed and paced, and yeah, very much in the way of the same way that Ford versus Ferrari is. It's got intense pace, and costuming is amazing, and the cinematography is great. Another tremendous script, great action, and so you're constantly invested in it. You're at times even on the edge of your seat. And a performance by Russell Crowe that's really one of the last really great performances of his career. He's really great at being both like really evil, but also like you're kind of rooting for him a little bit. You're kind of like, come on, turn, turn a little bit. Come on, this way. And that's really gives a really great dramatic charge to this movie is the performance of Russell Crowe. Bale's a little bit more sedate. He's got the much harder character to play because he's the consistent good guy throughout the movie. Then you've got Ben
Foster?
Ben Foster.
Yeah.
Who's they got all the color. He gets to be.
He's got eyeliner on, doesn't he?
Oh, he's all over the place.
He's the funnest character in the movie, I think. And you can tell it's like there's a lot more going on underneath with everything. It's a good concept for a Western. As far as like the last 30 years, it's like one of the top 5 Western movies, I'd say.
Oh, for me, it's the best
of
the last 30 years for sure. Even better. I would rank this higher than Unforgiven after watching it again.
Yeah, I don't know if I would, just out of making myself feel guilty for putting it ahead of Unforgiven.
It's a lot of recency bias, but I just watched this yesterday, so I feel like it's like right there for me.
No, it's a fantastic movie. I remember when I did see it, it was, it shocked me how good it was and how, it is that, it is Unforgiven level good as a Western. And I mean, it ends almost the exact same way as Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah, it feels like there's a code. Like it's like this Steve McQueen code they both have in the film. The two main protagonists.
Mangold loves that shit. Did the same thing in Logan.
His son wasn't. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. You're right. You forget how good Russell Crowe can be, and not that he's ever bad.
Right.
It's. At worst, he's just kind of there, but he really...
At times, the Russell Crowe persona overwhelms the actor.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to... I don't even know what else to say about this movie.
Well, it's just the in terms of being I mean, you don't go into a Western anymore like it used to be back in the 1950s. People were watching Westerns every other week. Like it was the biggest genre in the world.
Like a superhero movie.
Yeah, it was really the superhero movies of many boomers' childhoods, and now we don't see Westerns hardly ever anymore. And when we do, it's this revisionist Western now that's taken a lot of the heroism away from
and the racism,
from it and added in a lot of the racism.
Unless Tarantino's hanging out.
It's really brought back a lot of the racism that was taken out of those 1950s movies. He's made it much harder. Like, no, this is what it was really like. Like the Indians really hated you. Oh man. Would you prefer this or Bone Tomahawk? Because I know you love that movie.
Oh, I'd take this. Bone Tomahawk's, it's a hell of a movie, I thought. But this is definitely, this really is that good. I mean, like I said, the only reason I'd put on Unforgiven ahead is not because it's better, just because I feel like I'm supposed to.
Better than you put this ahead of a Kurt Russell movie?
I'm not as big a Kurt Russell fan as my brother is.
Okay.
Definitely not better than Tombstone's definitely not as good as Yuma. Tombstone's the movie that you make someone watch so they will eventually watch Yuma. Although I even think I think this is watchable enough that a non-Western fan would
appreciate it. Yeah,
and
I think it's a good gateway Western.
Yeah, like I watched this a part of like a film and lit class I took in high school. It was this.
You took a film class in high school?
Yeah, dude, it was great.
High school's different.
Yeah. Oh, it's even crazier now. Like they get to use cell phones and fucking iPads. Like now it's crazy, but back then, man,
Kids.
like I know, man.
I thought they were getting rid of all the art.
But they so we watched that. We watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, The Unforgiven, and I think Tombstone.
The
So, like,
Unforgiven, the Metallica song?
yeah, we watched that just like constantly. We just watched the music video. We got a good cry in.
Okay, good.
But no, so we that's one of my introduction Westerns too, and I actually haven't even seen it since then. But I remember being blown away. But I think I might like Bone Tomahawk better. But that's just because I think I've seen it more recently and more frequently.
Yeah, I mean, Bone Tomahawk's a hell of a movie.
Oh, it's a great time. It's a good time.
I don't know if I'd frame it as a good
Yeah.
time.
Oh, it's a good time, man. It's like
If you like gore.
What'd you tell your parents about that one?
I didn't.
Okay, good.
I didn't. I just handed them a My Chemical Romance CD.
Okay.
What'd you tell your parents about My Chemical Romance?
They were around when I was straightening my hair. They know.
Okay.
Who are they?
They're sad. They're back now, but they're
I
still
know.
sad.
That's funny.
I used to say that I hated Westerns, like back in the day.
You even said it on this podcast multiple times early on.
It's
and
possible.
then every Western we watched, you was talking about how awesome it was. It was great.
Well, that's kind of how I've been about like musicals, and I even said it earlier when we were talking. Like, I don't like musicals, but all the musicals I've seen recently, I've just loved. Like,
But no, I was like that too. My brother was like, my brother loved them, and he was like, "Just watch High Plains Drifter." And then right off the bat, instead of this boring old Clint Eastwood movie, I mean, like he kills someone, he rapes someone. I mean, it's just, and he's the good guy. I mean, and it's just like, holy shit, this isn't, what I was expecting. This is way more intense. And then, there's Once Upon a Time in the West. You just start going right, keep adding on to it. And for the most part, I haven't really been let down. I haven't watched a whole lot of John Wayne Westerns. I don't think I would care too much for that. Cause
I think we do benefit from the lack of Westerns in the past 30 years. And it helps to have skipped like Wyatt Earp.
thank you, Tombstone, for helping us skip Wider. Although I've heard it, some people like that movie. I've never actually watched it, so I don't know. I mean, usually Kevin Costner's better than Kurt Russell, but
Could you beat them both up, though?
I'm in. I want to see this pay-per-view.
Which one could you beat up?
All right, listener, this is the next Patreon tier.
Probably
We're gonna get
take-
this fight going.
well, they're both old now, so no problem either. But they're not playing Taken level characters, so I'm not worried about that. They're
Another
both better
t-shirt we're
baseball
working
players
on.
than me. How about that?
It's another T-shirt that we're working on. Is the actors that Bob can beat up?
Okay, I know you haven't seen the movie. Which one of the good liars would you want to beat up?
I don't want to beat anybody. I'm just saying.
Like if they said they came up and they started talking trash about like
One's an old lady and one's a thespian.
yeah.
And we played Magneto, so
Yeah.
you're like, hey, I beat up a bad guy.
There you go.
I don't know what movie he's from, but he's from something.
I punched Gandalf in the mouth.
Yeah, definitely him. 1989. We got some big ones came out.
Huge movies.
This week. To the Limit.
To the Limit. I've never heard of that.
Is that the one with Bradley Cooper?
No.
I know.
The Little Mermaid.
Ooh.
Are they doing that one for Disney Plus, or is that
Yeah.
going to the
I
theater?
don't know if they're doing that for Disney Plus or the theater. Yeah.
I think it's for the theater, but I honestly don't know.
It'd be stupid not to do it for the
There's one thing about Disney Plus. There's Waking Cinderella. It's a documentary. They talk about, between 84 and 94, they kind of revamped the entire. It's worth watching. They revamped the entire animation portion, and they talk about Cinderella and the person that's bringing in the music and everything, because it really didn't relaunch because they had like Oliver and Company, and they had the Sherlock Holmes one. What's the Sherlock Holmes animated Disney movie?
With the mouse.
Great Mouse Detective. And then, but they didn't really relaunch the animation until they brought in this music guy to do the music for Little Mermaid. It's
Alan Menken.
yeah, or whatever. Yeah, he knows. He flies to New York. He flies to L.A. He knows stuff. But I'd recommend on the Disney Plus, if you're into documentaries, it's Waking Cinderella or Waking Sleeping Beauty.
Not to get too far off track of the Disney Plus thing again, because
Disney Plus.
They have DuckTales.
Disney
Is there
Plus.
a Star Wars documentary as well? That's
Yeah,
got great reviews.
I think it's called Making the Original Trilogy, and it's all about like I haven't watched it yet, but it's like a 2-hour-long documentary about. I think it's like George Lucas and like their
Just to
original
kind of illustrate
process.
how much I dislike the world is that, and I happen to be a Star Wars fan, but the impeachment hearings are happening.
No, Disney Plus.
something happening.
No, Disney
and
Plus.
I look at the trends on Twitter. Everything is Star Wars.
Well, yeah.
It's all Star
If you've
Wars.
watched The Mandalorian, you'd understand.
Your life would-
We've been talking about Trump getting impeached for like 3 years now. It's not going to happen. Like we've got the major thing that happens in The Mandalorian. I won't spoil.
Since like November 6th of 2016, we've been talking about impeaching Trump.
Oh yeah. Since like the day that the sirens started and never turned off.
This is like the real October surprise here. It's Disney
Yeah.
just leaping in to protect Trump.
Yeah, they have Who Framed Roger Rabbit in 4K. So you don't have to watch Who Framed Donald Trump. Whatever the fuck.
I haven't paused when Jessica Rabbit falls out of the car yet. I don't know how true it is to the original.
Oh man, it's I can say it's very true.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Do I need
Yeah.
to explain October surprise to anybody?
Do we need to explain Disney Plus?
But yeah,
Little Mermaid.
It was definitely a movie for my sister. I wasn't really in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Came out like 15 years before you were born, so
I still watched it.
okay.
I liked Aladdin better, but
I loved it. It was my introduction to the Disney.
I thought out of like Little Mermaid and then Aladdin and then there's Sleeping Beauty or Beauty and the Beast and then Lion King. I thought that was the best one.
Probably the songs in the Little Mermaid were the best.
Yeah.
Of all of them, though.
I think I got to stick with Aladdin. It's always been my favorite like Disney princess movie out of all of them.
Who's the hottest princess?
Oh God.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Why, it's my favorite.
I weirdly enough though, the Little Mermaid is the one I remember the least of all the 80s, 90s Disney animated movies. I just remember it less than any of them.
I only know the songs. I can't really remember the movie. But Jasmine is pretty hot too, though.
Yeah, I'm all about Jasmine. She has a tiger. I have a cat. I think me and her would get along. I have a rug.
Wasn't Sophia Coppola supposed to do a Little Mermaid movie, like her own version?
I think she still is. I think
Okay.
that's what the
All right.
adaptation is.
That's what all the white
she's
people are
doing
mad
the
about.
I
adaptation?
believe so.
Are they letting her do it, or is it going to be like Ford versus Ferrari, where they keep teasing her and then
Finishing at the same time.
yeah?
I think who was attached to play Ariel for that one? Because it was someone
It
big.
was big. No, it was big news a while ago because
Yeah.
it wasn't a redheaded white girl.
Yeah.
But I don't remember who it was offhand. But I'm interested in what they are going to, especially if Sofia Coppola's behind it.
They just did it live on TV. Did anybody watch that?
No.
I saw a clip on Facebook, and I was like, that looks interesting.
What's TV?
Exactly.
I tried to watch Jesus Christ Superstar on TV, but we had to record. Wanted to see Alice Cooper.
Thanks, Jesus.
I think he played King Harold or something like that. Steel Magnolias.
You look straight at me.
I meant to look at Michael.
Steel Magnolias.
Oh, yeah.
So Zach, tell us about Steel Magnolias.
So, Chris...
Wait. What do you think this movie is about?
I don't know. I've heard the name a bunch of times. I'm sure it's something sad. I'm sure it's depressing. I can't imagine that anything happy is called Steel Magnolias. Like, Steel Magnolias sounds like a robot stripper. Like, I don't know, man.
What's not happy about that?
Well, I mean, you can't really get a lap dance from a robot stripper. Unless it's like some fucking
you know?
T8000 or T1000 thing. It's all liquidy.
All right, Michael, tell us about.
Can we pause for a second? I gotta go. Sorry. I really gotta go. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I'll center myself before we talk about it.
So wait, you've not watched any of the Olympia Dukakis catalog?
I don't think so. I've probably giggled at that name before in my life. Dukakis?
Is she related to Michael?
Look that up. Is Olympia Dukakis related to Michael Dukakis?
Do you know who Michael Dukakis is?
Yeah.
Google.com is Olivia.
Olympia.
Olympia. Greek.
Dukakis still alive.
Make sure you spell that with a B, because you could accidentally watch some crazy Japanese shit.
She is a cousin of Michael Dukakis.
Family.
Born 1931.
Still alive?
It appears that way.
She was crushed underneath Steel Magnolias.
Yeah. Wikipedia says she is at least. Huh. I don't think I've seen any of her movies either.
Read off a couple names. Maybe one will.
Is she a director or an actress?
She might have directed. I don't know.
She's in Death Wish. I guess I've seen that.
Okay.
Moonstruck. I didn't watch that when we did it. Working Girl, Look Who's Talking. Saw those. God, she did everything in 1989.
Okay, I've seen Look Who's Talking.
Look Who's Talking 2.
Oh.
The Cemetery Club.
Was she Travolta's mom in Look Who's Talking?
No.
She's
she
Rosie.
Kirstie Alley's mom.
Okay.
Look Who's Talking Now.
Oh, she probably played a dog.
Mr. Holland's Opus. Well, she played the mom on all of them.
This is the mom dog.
Well, it felt like she got relaunched, or because wasn't she a theater actor, and then she was in Moonstruck, and then she was just like boom and everything.
She's like, I want to go hang out with Kirstie Alley.
She's got a documentary about herself.
Who doesn't?
That time
That
I hung
just
out
came
with
out,
Kirstie
though.
Alley
Oh, wow,
3
okay.
times.
Kirstie Alley.
It's called Olympia.
We're just running down the cinematic output of Olympia Dukakis.
Yeah.
We wanted to know if she was related to Michael, and she is.
Really?
She's his cousin.
She went to Boston University. She's 88, and her husband's dead. Anyway.
It's just fun.
Still
This is fun to learn, because I didn't watch any movies before Rugrats the movie, so I'm glad you guys are teaching me.
So if you're a generation of men raised by women, you're going to be watching some Steel Magnolias in your life.
Oh, boy.
You're going to be watching some Designing Women. You're going to be watching some Golden Girls. You're going to be like, your grandpa's at work, dad's at work, your uncles are all working. You're going to be hanging out with mom and your aunt all day, and you're going to be appreciating these weird sense of humor from all these ladies here, including Olivia Dukakis, including everybody else in the ensemble, the lady from Splash, everybody. All about just the quest to go to the beauty shop and get Shelby some orange juice.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you ever heard anyone talk about getting Shelby some orange juice? It's a hashtag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Michael just used to write it on cardboard and
It's
stand
just
outside
like-
the theater.
Hashtag get Shelby some OJ.
And then people would walk by and I'd like, yes, I like that.
It was definitely just like a film in my family. Like my mom and dad. I mean, I've talked about it on the podcast before. Like Lifetime at work is get my parents together. I'd definitely say so. I mean, Hallmark Hall of Fame. We're in the Christmas season. It's right upon us.
Did you not hear what I was talking about Noel earlier? I've been all in that shit, man. My mom always started watching Hallmark in like July. When they start doing their Christmas in July, because they're like car dealerships now, and man,
this is like a proto Lifetime movie. It's definitely like it's got the ups and downs. It's however horrible you think it's gonna get horrible.
How many times have you seen Home Alone 2: Lost in New York? Because I can't count.
So I have a term that I've used on the show before that actually applies to this, and this actually used to just apply to early 2000s, like. Nicholas Sparks movies, and that is the Dead Ingenue movie.
Okay.
Which is kind of what this is.
Yeah.
This is like the prototype of the Dead Ingenue movie because we've got Julia Roberts in this movie.
Yeah, I'm Tom Skerritt. I definitely cannot wait. I'm super excited to have a daughter, so I can't wait to say her mother and I do. I cannot wait. When she goes up to the altar and she gets married, I will insist that is part of the wedding ceremony. Whoever she marries, I do not care. But yeah, it's definitely like this. It's like, oh, something horrible is going to happen. We're going to take you on this emotional roller coaster here. This is what you're signing on for.
Julia Roberts is dead.
Yeah. Hashtag dead.
But they're going to get her married first.
And then it'll make you feel bad, and you're going to have a couple good cries. You're going to go through it.
So it's like Up.
Like Sally Field.
Sally
Daryl
Field,
Hannah,
yeah.
Julia Roberts.
Dolly
Olivia
Parton.
Dukakis.
Dolly Parton.
I forget about Dolly Parton.
Oh God.
It's an all-star cast.
Yeah. That's like Ocean's 8. That's how it should have been.
It should have just made it into a heist movie.
Yeah, I would have actually watched that then.
With kidney
It's
failure.
Steel Magnolias, but it's STEA.
I just got a great idea.
Yeah,
Just give me a great idea.
let's fucking write it. Disney Plus. You know where to find us.
Bob, a T-shirt to Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
Shelby's back, and this time she wants your kidneys.
Just Shelby's got like a bag with like orange juice on the side of it. Just like a brown burlap sack.
Or she's got like a flask with her. She's constantly drinking orange juice out.
They're like, "Are you
man.
drinking?" She's like, "I need my vitamin C."
My sugar's down.
She's got a dialysis
Yeah.
next to her.
I'm real dizzy. I need my sugars. Does Shelby like pulp?
No, pulp or non-pulp, I don't know.
Oh fuck.
Yep. There's an armadillo cake in the beginning. Anyway, it's a really glorious. I don't know if it's good at all. I don't know if the movie's good at all. It is. It's just. It's definitely. It's for your mom. It's for your grandma to watch.
I'm sure.
If you're just hanging out with your mom and your grandma all day, this is the movies you're going to watch.
Well, that's all I do.
This movie was a real dividing line for me with my mom in movies because we got along early on when it came to movies because she was watching Hitchcock, and even as like an 8-year-old, I'm like, this is cool. And then she's watching this, and I'm like, I gotta go, Mom. I got toys to play with. I got baseball cards.
Like I have literally anything else to do.
It's like this and fried green tomatoes are just the dividing line between me and her. Those
Tawanda.
are her movies.
Oh, as soon as my family discovered Titanic, that's when I was like, I gotta get into my own shit. Because the first like 4 hours of that movie is just boring as hell. And then people start dying, and you're like, cool, but it's still like,
It's the second 4 hours that really gets
yeah.
you.
That second VHS, which I had.
Were they all blue people?
Yeah. Oh God, I forgot that's coming too. Avatar 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Straight to Disney Plus.
Oh, please.
That's where it needs to die. Like it can go to Disney Plus and it can stay there. I'll scroll past it as many times as I want. Like,
Come on, Disney.
no, I'm
You need
good.
to up those subscriptions. What do you say?
It'll be a suggested
Avatar,
watch. It'll constantly
just
be a
Disney
suggested
Plus.
Yeah,
watch.
those weird fucking cat people with their hair. Ugh.
Weirdly mating with their sky horses.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. They're like 1 minute they're banging their horses, next minute they're banging in a forest with the
Yeah.
same utensil.
You're not going to wash it off first?
No, they're not even gonna run it through a stream. Like they're just like, who cares, man? This is how AIDS was invented, and just went to town.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, sorry, I hate Avatar.
And just like that, Michael and Zach became best friends.
Wow, I feel like I don't even need to be here.
And you said Sean was the important one.
Sean's the important one.
Word about Steel Magnolias.
So Steel Magnolias.
Yeah. Do you like pulp or non-pulp with your orange juice?
Pulp.
Yeah,
You still got Gram? Or are they all gone? Mima?
What's
Anna?
Rue McClanahan doing these days?
They're all dead, dude.
I know.
They gotta
Betty
bring it
White's
up.
alive.
Yeah, she
Betty White's
just
alive.
carries around their souls in a jar. That's how
She like opens it up a little bit to steal a little bit.
she's like, I need another birthday special.
This needs to be a video podcast.
So you don't think you're ever going to watch Steel Magnolias?
Well, I
Bob?
would have watched it when you talked about being on the show. At that point, I didn't have enough time because of 310 to Yuma and
then
4-hour-long version of
Ford versus Ferrari. Like you're at the two. I'm looking down at my watch. It's like over 2 hours. I've been in the theater and they haven't even started the ratio. I'm like,
I know.
This is a commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I'd recommend it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But then you got 20 minutes of trailers too. It's a long time. My son went pee 5 times. I just let him go by himself after a while. I know what you're doing. I think Sean might be here somewhere. He's probably watching something.
He's hanging out in the booth.
Anything else on Steel Magnolias? I mean, I haven't seen it. I haven't really watched Golden Girls.
You never want to
Never
have a
seen
good cry? You never think you want to have a good cry?
I got Rocky.
Okay. I love you.
So is Steel Magnolias in the Golden Girls universe, or are they just like tonally similar? Because I like Golden Girls.
But I mean, he just mentioned it.
I know that-
I've never seen Fried Green Tomatoes.
I am
It's like in the
legitimately
same-
concerned. I want to know.
But I mean, it was like this was like Designing Women, this and Golden Girls. It was like
Gotcha.
it was all just like women power, hilarity, but then also kind of bad things happened too.
Kidney
Gotcha.
failure.
And kidney failure. I think didn't you get liver too? I don't know. It was
I have Wikipedia up.
Yeah.
All I can like kidney failure is literally in the center of my screen, so it's popping out of me every time I look at the computer.
anyway. Steel Magnolias with an A.
Yeah.
It's going to be totally different.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be trying to steal organs, especially
Yeah.
Yeah.
Organs and souls.
Yeah.
They're gonna fix that kidney. Shelby's getting her OJ, but not OJ, and it's gonna be great.
Sounds like an Adult Swim show.
Adult Swim, you know where to find us. HBO Max, we know you're coming up. Hashtag this shit.
Anybody know any good animators or bad animators? Anybody who animates?
I can draw stick figures. We can just shake them.
In case we don't have enough money to make the real one.
We need Post-it notes and ballpoint pens. We're gonna make this shit happen.
Next week, we got Frozen 2, 21 Bridges, and A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Do we have to do next week? Our classic is Copland.
Oh wow, Copland.
Could be an interesting.
Why
week.
is it Copland?
Because we were... Oh, 21 Bridges is why. But
Okay.
We were just trying to plan ahead last week, and we're just throwing movies out there, and Sean's like, you know what? I feel like watching Copland. So I was like, okay.
I've got a Mangold thing going on because he's like as a director, he's like right underneath being like one of the greats of his generation. It's just he's like, as much as I love Ford versus Ferrari and 310 to Yuma, even Logan, it's like he's just almost there as one of the
Right, if Copland were a little better,
Yeah.
he might
Okay.
be there.
right, exactly.
Yeah, like he brings in the money, but his movies are kind of like hit or miss. Like I know, because he did The Greatest Showman too, right?
Oh God, did he?
Yeah, I think he produced it or maybe he directed. Because I know he had a huge part of it. Because that's why he got like Hugh
He
Jackman
got
on
Hugh
there.
Jackman to do.
Yeah, so like
Logan, if he did that stupid...
I don't think James Mangold directed that.
okay, well he's kind of one of those directors that every once in a while he'll get something that's really good, but he seems like he's like Fox's like go-to guy. Like they're just like, here, we've got a project, we've got a couple of good actors, you want to make this real quick type deal. Kind of almost like, I guess, kind of how Luc Besson is, but like a more talented Luc Besson. Because
He reminds me a lot of Michael Curtiz, who directed Casablanca, who never cared for a second about having directed Casablanca. He was all about just like, what's my next thing? He was already doing something else when Casablanca blows up and becomes this big thing. And it's just you watch Curtiz's movies, and they're like, a lot of them are really great. Like that one, and the movie he did with Elvis is amazing that people missed out on. And he did, Oh God! But just a lot of amazing movies when you look back on Michael Curtiz's career, and yet he was never a guy that anybody remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Girl Interrupted. Yeah, you're right. They're good movies that just kind of hang out there. There's always 2 or 3 better that year. Mm-hmm. He's always making like the 4th or 5th best movie of the year.
Yeah, like he's just kind of like he's like a real good like low key director. Occasionally, he'll knock it out of the park like Logan and get like this huge mainstream success. It's just not every single one of them.
I mean, he's been pretty successful.
Yeah,
I mean,
oh yeah.
Walk the Line, Kate and Leopold, Night and Day. Was that a failure? Or is that
Kind of, yeah, kind of. It did all right. It was an opening weekend wonder.
the 89 movies next week are All Dogs Go to Heaven, Harlem Night, Mystery Train, and Prancer.
Ooh, Prancer.
That's one of the all-time great bad movies.
I've seen that movie so many goddamn times. Fuck you, AMC. Stop playing it. Just stop. Just stop.
This was 89 was the first year I actually got to go to the theater, and obviously I'd seen Batman and Honey and Shrunk the Kids already, but my mom tried to take me to Prancer like 15 times and sold out every time she tried to take me. We would go to Geneseo where it was there, and the line would be wrapped around the bank every showing. I don't remember the movie since then.
Historically bad.
It's just about a lost reindeer.
Well,
Bob.
I understand.
But I guess you're stuck in that time period where you want to watch it, and it's like, I can't.
But I don't remember watching it since then.
It's so weird, because like, how many bad movies make so much money, and how many okay movies just get lost forever, you know? Anyway.
Like Charlie's Angels. That is our show. I do want to thank our Patreon supporters. The key grip level is Charlie Messing. No, is he in the key grip level? It's Jason Bryant and Charlie Messing. At the character actor level is Josh and Beth Paul, Cousin Jeff, Christina Cato. Is that where you're at, Zach?
I think it was craft services because I giggled at that one.
At the craft
The
service
fat guy
level,
needs to be the
I'll never
food
forget
guy.
this now because I saw the amount. I'm like, I don't think that's one of the amounts I'm doing every week. Craft service level, Zach Komaker, our guest here,
Damn right.
and at the special effects level, we got Corey Finneran and Sarah Morrell. Am I forgetting a level? I don't think so. If you want to be a Patreon supporter,
You're doing a great job.
if you want to be a supporter, head over to ihatecritics.net/Patreon to get a credit on the show. And we do have the merch there. We do have the polls up on Facebook to vote. Maybe this week we'll put the 2 winners up against each other to see which one we're going to commission Cousin Jeff to do.
Up against Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be the winner.
That one's definitely going to have to be on a shirt eventually.
I'm half tempted to start a website just for your fiction for Steel Magnolias.
Let me know. I'm in. We'll make this. I won't even watch Steel Magnolias. I'll just make it up. I don't even.
I've never even needed to watch.
Yeah,
Steel Magnolias.
I don't care. It's not a part of this. It's like I'm directing Dark Phoenix. Like I just don't give a fuck.
How important is orange juice to the story of Steel Magnolias?
It's the most important
He's
thing.
really picked up on that.
The orange juice. That's why she's in it. Like you don't know anything about Shelby, but she needs that orange juice, man.
More than a kidney.
Yeah, oh yeah. She actually she's trying to get it replaced with just orange juice.
Too much orange juice.
Yeah.
She's gonna get one of those machines they have at gas stations that just pulverizes orange juice into juice, and she's gonna get it put right there in her kidney. She's gonna be living off orange juice.
Do you guys have time for Flick Chart?
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, 1980 versus The Mist.
The Mist.
Friday the
Frank
13th.
Darabont.
Oh, this is the 2007 one. Yeah, it's hard because it's 2 different kind of time periods for horror.
Right.
I think The Mist is better.
Right,
but
agree.
I'd watch
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th all day.
Nostalgia wins. 25th Hour, 2002. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
25th hour.
25th hour.
Yeah, 25th hour.
Once Upon a Time in the West, Scarface.
Once Upon a Time in
Oh
the
my
West.
God. Yeah,
Fuck
West.
Scarface so much.
I'm gonna say Scarface.
I don't want anyone to talk about Scarface ever again.
I'm not gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna say
Okay.
I like that.
So you don't like it either?
I think it's horrible.
Awful.
It's like the ultimate bro poster. I'm like, I'm not coming to your dorm room ever again, dude. Like, that's what it feels like.
Well, yeah, like a cheat code for women out there. If you walk into a room and a guy has a Scarface poster, fucking run. Run. He doesn't have condoms. Just run.
He's got STDs on him.
Oh yeah. He's gonna steal your Magnolias. Run.
Shutter Island 1 hour photo.
1 hour photo.
Yeah.
Shutter Island.
I don't know.
1 hour photo. I like Shutter Island, but
I appreciate Shutter Island, but I guessed what was going to happen a year before it came out.
we all did. To the point where I don't even know that Scorsese was trying to twist you, but the trailer sure was. Burn after reading Dark City.
Dark City.
Yeah.
Burn after reading.
It's Burn after reading for me.
Whatever.
See what George says. He says Dark City.
Good.
Damn.
I usually lose the coin flip. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze.
That one.
Flight Plan.
Flight plans.
The second one, that has Diesel in it too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Vanilla Ice.
And Vanilla Ice. So I'm going with that.
Me too. Pirates of the Caribbean: On Stranger Tides. Up in the Air.
Up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, up in the
Even
air.
though the ending is killer, you're like, but it's still good. It's a fantastic movie.
The Count of Monte Cristo. My Girl.
My Girl.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen either, so I'll
Macaulay Culkin
pass.
dies.
He died.
He doesn't have his glasses.
Stop it. You can cry.
At least it wasn't kidney failure. Teen Spirit 2011.
You're allergic to bees?
No.
Okay.
Has anybody seen Teen Spirit? That's an ABC family movie. I'm going to redo that one. Caddyshack: The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
Wow, clean sweep. Super 8: Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Super 8.
Robin Hood.
Robin
I
Hood.
think I hate Super 8.
Why do you hate Super 8?
I don't want to talk about it. We don't need to talk about this.
Okay. I mean, I didn't love it, but and I know Robin Hood's bad, but I have a
Robin
soft
Hood's
spot
bad.
for it. Undercover Brother, Date Night.
Undercover Brother.
No date night.
Which one's which? Undercover Brother. Who's in Undercover Brother?
Who is the undercover?
Eddie,
Eddie, what's
Griffin.
it? Eddie Griffin. And then the other movie.
Steve Carell.
Steve
Steve
Carell.
Carell and Tina Fey.
Those both aren't very good.
Undercover Brother's hilarious.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Like a long time. But I've seen
I'll go-
Date Night recently.
I like Date Night a little better, but what do you got? You want me to flip for it?
I'd go for Undercover Brother.
All right, let's see what George wants. He wants Undercover Brother.
That's right.
I'm done siding with you.
Well, then I would have won anyway. Who? Easy A, Three Kings.
Easy A.
Easy A.
Three Kings.
It's Three Kings, but that's a hard one because Easy A
It's
is really
hard. I
good.
mean, Easy A is a really good movie.
And they're not really comparable movies at all. Easy A, wow.
All right.
Yes. My strategy's paying off.
This is the new guys. Three Kings never loses. I was on my internet.
Anyway, so back to Disney Plus. There's this chimpanzee show. I'm like, this is okay for kids. It's a documentary about chimpanzees. Have you watched it?
Is that the one with John Krasinski narrating? Because
No, it has Tim the Toolman Taylor. Is
Does he go?
no, but they
Missed opportunity.
they illustrate
God.
a fact where there's chimpanzees corralling monkeys, and they
shit.
find them, and then they eat them in this documentary.
Oh.
And like me and my wife are just sitting there, just like, this is for kids. Like this is on Disney Plus. Like they don't show them kill them, but they show them eating them, and you're like, thank God for Disney Plus, I guess, because you're like, this is okay. You think it's like those Earth Day documentaries, like every Earth Day, the Disney, and you're like, this is Disney Plus,
This
and
is
they're eating monkeys.
savagery.
There's the monkey. I'm like, kids don't know the difference between a monkey and a monkey. You know, like, why are the monkeys eating the monkeys? Like, I don't know.
Mandalorian's really grown up.
Yeah.
Disney. They're going all in now.
A Time to Kill, Star Trek 2009.
I like Time to Kill.
I'll say Star Trek.
Time to Kill.
It's a Time to Kill.
Is it because of Sam Jackson?
Yeah, I also went flip. Plus, I was a big John Grisham fan as a kid because you could read his books and not get lost. And it's before I knew that what's his name couldn't direct Joel Schumacher.
Oh, yeah.
Was just an okay director at best. The Full Monty Swordfish.
Full Monty.
Yeah.
Similar topics.
Right.
Oh, Monty.
Yeah.
Seems like Swordfish just has that one scene. And Full Monty's pretty good the whole movie.
Well, right. But it is weird. It's like you're almost picking guys' dicks over Halle Berry's.
It feels like an indie video store where each person that works there has their own shelf.
Spy Game, The Perfect Storm.
Perfect Storm.
Which one's Spy Game? Is that Bob
Redford.
Redford? Bob Redford?
No. Yeah, you're
It's
Redford
and
yeah.
Pitt.
I would go Perfect Storm.
Perfect Storm.
Yeah. The Killing, 1956.
Ooh, I just watched that.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
The Exorcist, 1973.
The Killing.
I'd rather go The Killing.
I'll go with The Exorcist because I've seen that.
With The Exorcist, too. Come on, George.
Yeah, go with the puke, George.
I think I won. Hold on.
Oh, come on.
It's a Stanley Kubrick movie. It's pretty good.
Oh, it's awesome.
I think it's actually really good. They've got a lot of pretty good scenes in it. I'd recommend it.
The Exorcist is a classic, though, despite what Sean says. And it won, by
Listen
the
to
way.
our episode, and you'll find why Bob's wrong.
You're not down with the puke?
I'm a big horror movie fan. I would not recommend it to anyone. And I was raised Catholic too, so
My
I don't
kids
recommend
liked
it to anybody.
Too scary? Not scary enough?
I think it's too stupid. Well, there's the movie. I don't know. Have you seen the comedic version?
Scary Movie 2?
No, there's the
'Cause I've seen that a bunch.
with Frank Drebin. What's his real name? Frank Drebin's real name.
Is it like Possessed or something?
Yeah,
Repossessed.
Yeah, Repossessed.
That's
It is-
amazing.
to me, that's what I see every time I see it.
This is Linda Blair's in it.
Yeah.
The Prince of Egypt, 2-week notice.
Ooh, God, I can smell those pecs. Prince of Egypt.
Which one's 2 weeks notice? Is that with J-Lo?
Bullock and Grant.
And J-Lo's not in it?
Not on the poster.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
These are both. This is. You just
Garbage
flip
movies.
a coin. I don't care.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of these, so I'm good.
Prince of Egypt. Mad Max Fury Road, Mary Poppins.
Whoa.
Mad Max Fury Road.
I would pick Mary Poppins, but I think they're both fantastic movies.
I'd like to see them fight.
Yeah.
Well, Mad Max went on a fight.
Wait, I don't know. She's got magic, dog.
if she could shoot lasers out of that umbrella,
She can get you to take your medicine. She can whoop your ass.
Yeah, but then Charlize Theron comes out and destroys her.
Yeah.
Shot the
I want to sing songs about you taking this opium medicine.
I mean, he ran away from a guy playing a guitar on a truck with fire coming out.
Doof Warrior. He's an excellent character.
You didn't decide yet. At least I didn't hear you. I'm assuming it's Mary Poppins, but
No, people say I hate Mad Max. I don't hate Mad Max.
He hates it.
well, it ended up not being as. He was wrong about that one.
Okay.
He didn't think it'd stand the test of time, and I think it has.
I think
People
it
still
will.
talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't been that long, I guess.
I'm thinking out of all the girl power movies, I think it's pretty fantastic. I can't wait to show it to my daughter, but I think you got to be at least like 12 or 13. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you any of you guys seen the black and chrome version, like the black and white
Yeah.
version? You did. It's cool. Like it's one of those things you don't realize that it really make much of a difference, but they did an excellent job with that. It's pretty cool.
Are the flames in color?
No,
Okay.
nah, nothing's in color except for your excitement.
Okay.
It's red hot.
What about the breast milking machines? Is that in color?
Well, it's white.
Okay.
And it's more like a milky chrome.
Okay.
Batman 89, American Graffiti.
Batman.
Batman.
The Avengers, Monty Python, and the Holy Grail.
Holy Grail.
Oh, you guys are tearing me apart right now.
Yeah, it's Holy Grail.
I'll go with the Avengers. Got to root for the underdog.
It's like the biggest movie of all time.
Yeah. It hasn't done shit. A lot of people haven't heard about it.
Backdraft, Boys on the Side.
Backdraft? Which one's Boys on the Side?
Drew Barrymore.
Oh, yeah.
Backdraft's the firefighter
Backdraft.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go that one.
Plus Kurt Russell's in it.
Ooh.
Backdraft.
Boys on the Side bad. Regarding Henry, Rocky 4.
Oh, my. Oh, Rocky 4.
Rocky
Regarding Henry's super depressing, dude.
Yeah, there's like 2 sad montages in Rocky 4. That's way better. I live for that scene where he's driving in the car.
I love that song.
To me, it's when the lights and the vehicle flip up.
Right.
I don't know. I still think the whole series peaked with the third one with the Happy Birthday Polly robot.
That's
That was
4.
Oh, it's 4. Okay, never mind then. We're good. I'm a fake Rocky fan.
He's a kid. He doesn't.
I love the Rocky movie where he went to the jungle and fought the Viet Cong.